All right, so let's talk about adding polynomials. So we want to find each sum. Let's find that you add 2x squared plus 5x minus 7 plus 3 minus 4x squared plus 6x. Now there's two ways you could do them. You could do them horizontally or vertically. I personally like the horizontal method, but you could use whatever method you like. What you do is you group and combine like terms. So you have your x squared terms, your x terms, and your constants terms. So you just group those together and combine them. So 2x squared minus 4x squared gives you negative 2x squared. 5x plus 6x gives you 11x, and negative 7 plus 3 gives you negative 4. So with this one, we'll do the vertical method. So I have 3y plus y cubed minus 5 plus 4y squared minus 4y plus 2y cubed plus 8. Now, with the vertical method, you want to put each polynomial in standard form, and if any of the degrees are missing, like this one is missing a y squared term, you can just put a placeholder of 0y squared there, and you align them vertically. So this first one will be y cubed plus 0y squared plus 3y minus 5, and then you put this one underneath it in standard form also, so 2y cubed plus 4y squared minus 4y plus 8, and then you just vertically add the like terms. So negative 5 plus 8 is 3, 3y minus 4y is negative y, 0 plus 4y squared is 4y squared, y cubed plus 2y cubed will give you 3y squared. Okay? All right, here's a couple for you to try. Go ahead and pause the video. All right, we're back. So what you get? The first one, I like to just combine like terms. So this would give me 2x squared, and then minus 3x plus 6x is plus 3x. And then the 4 minus 3 gives you plus 1. Okay, that's that. This one, I got my y to the 4th minus 2y to the 4th gives you negative 1y to the 4th. I have a y cubed here, and that's it, so it's plus 2y cubed. There are no y squared terms, so then we can go to the negative 3y plus 2y gives you negative y. And then the 7 and negative 11 gives you negative 4. Okay, so it's negative y to the 4th plus 2y cubed minus y minus 4. Okie dokie. All right, you can also subtract the polynomial by adding its additive inverse. To find the additive inverse, write the opposite of each term as shown. So it's basically like you just distribute the negative. Again, when we find the difference, you can do a horizontal method or the vertical method. Again, I personally prefer the horizontal method. So all you do is just distribute the negative here to the second term. So it's 3 minus 2x plus 2x squared minus this polynomial. So you just distribute the negative, so it'd be minus 4x plus 5 minus 3x squared, and then you combine the like terms. 2x squared minus 3x squared gives you negative x squared. Negative 2x minus 4x gives you negative 6, and 3 and 5 gives you 8. This one we're going to do with the vertical method. So again, you align like terms in columns and subtract by adding the additive inverse. Again, let's put these both in standard form, and if any of the degrees are missing, you just put a 0 as a placeholder there. So I do 4p cubed minus nothing, so you get 4p cubed is your first term, and then 0p squared minus 3p would give you negative 3p, 7p plus or minus a negative p would give you plus p, which would be 16p. And then negative 8 minus 2 or negative 8 plus negative 2 gives you negative 10. All right, here's a couple for you to try. Go ahead and pause the video. Okay, we're back. So, like I said, all I like to do is just distribute the negative first. So that'd be plus 2x cubed minus x squared plus 2. And then combine like terms. And I just go from the highest exponent to the lowest. So 4x cubed, 2x cubed will give you 6x cubed. Minus 3x squared minus x squared will give you minus 4x squared. 6x and there is no x term, so just plus 6x. And then minus 4 plus 2 would give you minus 2. Okay? Now for b, we'll do right here. So I would just do 8y minus 10 plus 5y squared minus 7 plus y cubed minus 12y. Okay? And again, start with your highest exponent and combine like terms. So you would have y cubed, got rid of that one. You have a 5y squared, so plus 5y squared, got rid of that one. Now you have an 8y and a minus 12y gives you negative 4y. So you got rid of those. And then minus 10 minus 7 would give you negative 17. Okay? All right, that's our answer there. Okay, well, adding or subtracting integers results in an integer, so the set of integers is closed under addition and subtraction. Similarly, adding or subtracting polynomial results in a polynomial, so the set of polynomials is closed under addition and subtraction. So the equations P equals 7m plus 137 and C equals 4m plus 78 represent the number of cell phones P and digital cameras C sold in M months at an electronic store. Write an equation for the total monthly sales T of phones and cameras, then predict the number of phones and cameras sold in 10 months. Well, to write an equation that represents the total sales, add the equations that represent the number of cell phones P and digital cameras C. So T equals the sum of 7m plus 137 and 4m plus 78. So you just combine like terms, 7m and 4m is 11m, 137 plus 78, 215. Then to predict the number of phones and cameras sold in 10 months, you just substitute 10 in for months. So 11 times m, or 11 times 10 plus 215, gives you 110 plus 215, or 325. So what that number means is that 325 cell phones and digital cameras will be sold in 10 months. All right, here's one for you to try. Go ahead and pause the video and hit play when you're ready. Okay, we're back. So use the information above, it's the same problem, to write an equation that represents the difference in monthly sales of cell phones and monthly sales of digital cameras. Use the equation to predict the difference in monthly sales in 24 months. So I'm going to put D as the difference, and that would be 7m plus 137 minus 4m plus 78. Now, little thing here, the way I wrote it, I intentionally wrote it incorrectly because you have to subtract this. You have to subtract the 4m plus 78 from the 7m plus 137. So you need the parentheses because you're subtracting that whole quantity. If you don't, you're going to end up probably adding the 78 to the 137 instead of subtracting. So when we do that, now the parentheses show that. So if I distribute, now I get 7m plus 137 minus 4m minus 78. And you would get 3m plus 59. Now, if I want to figure it out for 24 months, I get 3 times 24 plus 59. So it'd be 72 plus 59, which is 131. So the difference in monthly sales after 24 months is $131. All right. Well, that's it for this section, guys. Please continue on to your assignment. And as always, reach out if you have any questions. Take care.